Good morning, HCG peeps. It's your girl MJ checking in for P3 Day 21 on a Monday morning, and I wanted to just check in and let you know what's been happening with me for the past weekend. I believe the last time I checked in with you was Friday afternoon prior to going to dinner with my friend. Well, dinner was a blast as always, and it ended up being, I think, a 5 or 6 hour dinner date with my friend. You know, we just laughed like teenagers and had an incredible time. But the food wasn't so incredible. Anyway, for dinner, I ended up getting, in the span of like I said, 5 to 6 hours, two blueberry mango mojitos, which was, oh my god, to die for. I ate a spicy tuna roll, which oddly enough, that was my first time eating rice, and since I started the round beginning of this year, and to be perfectly honest with you, after I ate the rice, I felt like my stomach like inflated immediately. I don't know if it was the gluten in the rice, but yeah, I didn't like the feeling. So then I ordered Rockefeller oyster, and I was snacking on wedge salad with blue cheese and bacon. So that was really, really good. Well, so then that day when I went to dinner, I weighed in, I believe, 140.6, which was 1.8 above LIW. Well, got on the scale the next day after that. Oh no, let me tell you, confession session. Then after I came home from dinner, I guess since I didn't get a bite of a dessert or I didn't have coffee, it just didn't feel like the meal was done in my mind, in my screwed up mind. I didn't feel like the meal was done. So I think as I was devouring one slice of mushroom and cheese pizza that my kids ordered from Papa John's for dinner that day, I think I knocked down 2 shots of Patron Silver and had like 3 or 4 chicken bites. And then, I thought, oh, okay, I'm done. I can't believe I'm doing this, blah, blah, blah. But I went too tipsy to care. Well, then I really wanted something sweet, and the only thing we had in the house was pancakes. So I proceeded to make one big gluten-free chocolate chip pancakes that I devoured standing up on my kitchen island, which I'm like, oh, as I'm doing it, one, it tasted so delicious, and two, I was that girl. I was the girl who didn't care, and I don't even know. And I finished the big old pancake, and then, finally went to bed. Woke up the next day, and I just knew, uh-oh, what did I do? Then got on the scale, and that's when it registered 142. Initially, it registered 143. But like I said, typically I hop right back on the scale, which my husband keeps telling me, you have to give your body a little chance to sort of like, get situated, stand up, walk around, do that, and before you weigh yourself. Well, I was just so like not excited, but definitely dreading to see the number, but I knew I needed to face it. So then I got on the scale, and it first registered 143, and I said, oh crap. That's like a 2.4 gain from the day before yesterday. And at this point, I could like feel the anxiety, and I could feel sort of that panic freak out mode about to happen. And luckily, some of our HCG gals are so sweet and just incredibly supportive that they're like, don't panic, you're fine, don't go there, don't do the negative self-talk, it is what it is. And so I said, okay, well then waited. Oh, look at that. Isn't that funky? So I waited for a little bit, got back on the scale, and then it registered 142. And I did that like 3 times, and it kept registering the same number. So I figured, okay, this must be the most accurate one. So I jotted that down. So which meant that I gained 1.4 pounds. I was completely like, okay, that explains it. Um, so for dinner that night, I determined that I was going to do a steak day because 142 put me at 2.2 above LIW. No, 2.4 above LIW, which I was like, I think, yeah, sorry. So then I'm like, okay, so then didn't eat anything, got my coffee, was drinking lots of water, and then the family for Saturday ended up barbecuing. So I ran to the store, got some barbecue stuff, and then I got myself a 16-ounce filet mignon, the best cut they had, which was super expensive, but mind you, I was vegetarian for 3 years prior to starting HCG this time last year, so I haven't had like steak or any sort of red meat really for about 4 years. So one, I was really scared how my body was going to take it, and two, would I like it? You know, here I'm not getting any food in all day, and then suddenly I'm having a steak. Well, so then ended up putting the steak on the grill, cooked it medium well. At first I wanted to do A1, but then when I asked Di, you know, can I use A1 when I'm doing a steak day? Her reaction was so funny. She was like, why would you do that to the steak? Like, why would you ruin a good steak with A1? So then I ended up actually picking up herb butter and one big tomato. And, you know, devoured maybe like 12 ounces of that steak, and the dogs ended up having the rest, which I'm sure they loved because it was really the most expensive cut. And oh my God, it was so tender and delicious. And as I'm sitting there eating it, I couldn't believe I was eating it, but I must tell you, it was so good. My husband and my daughter, which both haven't had any sort of red meat, like I said, in about 4 years, they were looking at me like, oh my God, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're rocking our world. And I was like, stop judging me. They're like, we're not judging you, but I can't believe you're eating that. I was like, stop judging me. It was so good. And yeah, and steak day was a success. Yay, which actually is a correction day. I don't mind steak day because not eating all day and just drinking lots of water and coffee, and I think I got the steak and finally like around 6 o'clock. Yeah, it was perfect. It was perfect. And then I didn't fall asleep that night until I think like 2:30, and I wasn't hungry, so it was perfect. And got on the scale, and guess what? Steak day had me release 2.4 pounds. Yay! Which took me to 139.6. Yep. And I just hopped on the scale today, and I'm down another 1.8. I got on the scale and weighed in at 137.8. Yay! I am a whole pound below LIW. Yay! And then yesterday for lunch, actually, yeah, like lunch, sort of brunch. Went to Denny's. I got the skillet with the sausage and spinach and mushroom and eggs, medium easy with no red skin potatoes, and that was really good, and 2 cups of coffee. And then we were sort of, I was out running around with my princess, and then we grabbed dinner finally, I think at 6, and I had a New York steak with grilled and steamed veggies. I think it was 8 ounce, and devoured that. It was really good. So yeah, and I don't know, I told you, you guys, I don't know when I read the blood type diet, but I remember reading that once, and it said that my body loves red meat, and my body does really well with protein. If the 2 steak day is any indication, then yeah, which I hate it, because last night, oh my God, my stomach, oh my God, I couldn't even believe I've had like steaks two nights in a row, and I don't know. Anyway, so plan for the next round. I think, again, today is day 21 of P3, and I'm probably going to go another 2 days. Just go on to P4 for 2 days, and then I load Thursday. I think we're having a quick mini vacay, staycation. Thursday and Friday, and then I start VLCD Saturday. Yep, that's what's happening. Anyway, this is getting super long. I'm sorry. This is what happens when I don't check in. I love you folks, and for those of you who are heading into P3, I wanted to do P3 without any corrections, but I guess it is what it is. I'm happy because I'm finally below LIW, and I really want to start the next round being below LIW. I gotta go, and I love you guys. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.